can hear birds singing.
Yes, hello, bird singing. It's ChriSOULa, the Golden Muse here on today's show. It's a special little recording with some of the contributors in the book of Soulful Musings, and we had sort of an update on what's happening, and the actual crowdfunding campaign is going to go live very soon. And but it is Mental Health Awareness Month, and in the book of Soulful Musings, one of the sections is dedicated to mental health and well-being. The other sections are dedicated to heart and emotional well-being, heart intelligence. Another one is the body and physical well-being, and how you can be more in the flow and feel free and release any tension and blockages. And also there's another section is connecting you more with your spirit. So this is just to give you a quick update, but today's little recording is going to be about mind and mindset and mental health. And we've got here a few people, a few educators and coaches and authors. Either have already written their books on the subject, and they are very happy to share their expertise equally in the book of Soulful Musings, or they've got their own sort of tips to share with you. So who is going to start? Who would like to start? Instead of me picking on you.
I will.
Hey, Elaine. Hello, Elaine Honzik. Fantastic.
Good evening. Yes, my top tip really for mental health is whenever I feel my mood slide, and let's face it, we all have days that are up and down. In fact, by minute our mood can dip. I find that my emotional toolkit is actually all around the senses. So if I start to feel a little bit down, I might choose something great to listen to. We've just heard a mention about birds singing, fantastic sound. Mm-hmm. Or it might be I will play certain music that cheers me up. If that's not enough, I then might find something that I love to smell. Last week I was on holiday and smelled the grass being cut for the first time in a long while, which I think is a beautiful smell. But equally, there's perfumes, there's aftershaves that I love. If that won't work as well, I'll add another layer and find something really tasty to eat, maybe a favourite cherry muffin or something like that, and so on and so forth, and go through layer the senses. And depending on my mood, I will do 1 up to 5, and I find every time it works and my mood lifts.
Beautiful, beautiful. So it is about uplifting, through your senses, right?
Yes,
and be more, that's what it is about, being more conscious about what's happening, particularly that time of the year, with nature being so beautiful and everything blossoming and everything smelling and everything. Yes. So we are very blessed at this time of the year. It is springtime, by the way. So because this video may be watched in a few months down the line, I don't know. But this is the time when we're actually going to be launching the book of Soulful Musings, the crowdfunding. Fabulous. So who is next?
Okay.
Dene. Dene Stuart. Hello.
Hi. So for me, I think mental health is something that just has to become more acceptable to talk about. So we have no problem talking about the idea of physical health. Mm-hmm. The idea of going to the gym or eating properly or training to do a charity run. We're very happy to talk about that. And physical fitness and physical health is something that is very socially acceptable to talk about. But the idea, the minute you start talking about mental health or mental fitness, there's all sorts of negative connotations with that. And I think we need to get rid of that, and we need to accept the idea that actually our mental capabilities are just like our physical capabilities. We need to train them, we need to develop them, we need to do it consciously. And we shouldn't be ashamed, we shouldn't be worried by that. We just accept that our mind, our brain, our thinking, the things that come from our brain are just as capable of being developed and trained as our muscles, as our body. And, just as our body goes wrong if we feed it wrong things, our mind and our brain can go wrong if we feed it wrong things, and if we don't give it the right exercise, and if we don't give it the right stimulation. But for some reason, we think differently about the mind and the brain than we do about the body. And I'd just like to see that stigma completely taken away by being able to talk more openly, more freely about it, so that actually the full potential of our thinking and minds and our emotions can come out. And, you know, I don't think there's any coincidence that, you know, I'm the only man here amongst 9, you know, people, eight women and me. And it happens a lot. I think that, you know, men are still behind the game here when it comes to talking about these things. It's not something that is really socially acceptable for men to do. So I'm very happy to be here and hopefully sort of carving a path and flying the flag.
Yes, well, it is about open up and speak up. In the book, under section of mind, we're going to be talking about that. So Dane, it's definitely it's one of my personal sort of passion is to remove the stigma, absolutely, and particularly when people say, you know, they're not feeling well and they are depressed, or they're going through, you know, anxiety, they're not feeling at ease to talk about it. And it's like any other things, you know, physical symptoms may feel comfortable to talk about, but not mental issues. Yeah. And then that's part of who we are. And whatever happens in our body, it is a manifestation of something else. Something is not working, is not in flow, is not in balance. And talking about that, I'll come to you, Emma, because it goes really well straight talking about flow and balance.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to steal my thunder for tomorrow to do by 15 minutes, but
okay, just say something little.
That's okay. Yeah. There's 2 things actually that the first thing that I have subscribed to and signed up to the petition today was mental health awareness in the workplace. Now, running my own clinics and also being a director in Jonathan's business in the digital marketing, I think that a lot of employers that don't recognize, well, actually don't have the tools or the toolkit to actually deal with people who've got mental health issues. So I have signed up to that today, to that petition, and I think that is just incredible to see that. And I echo what Elaine and Dene said. But secondly, and whilst I said don't want to steal my thunder for tomorrow, there's actually a point right on the top of your head in Chinese medicine and acupuncture terms, and it's Do 20. It's number 20 on the Do meridian, and actually it's called 1,000,000 meeting points, and this is where everything meets. And this point, when you needle it, actually has a profound effect on psychological and mental issues. It actually calms the minds, calms the thoughts. It actually works out the mind with regards to to-do lists and things like that, where the mind might be racing because of mental health issues, drugs, alcohol abuse, all those kinds of things as well. So and that actually helps the flow of chi and the flow of actually feeling a lot better from a psychological point of view. So but yeah, please watch tomorrow. Thank you.
Well, the actual call, if you cannot be there live, well, it would be great to be live. If you could be there live at 1 o'clock, you could actually watch it back again. You know, if you miss it tomorrow, you cannot be there. Fabulous. Okay, so moving on to Gitte, because you're also very much passionate about mindfulness, not only for adults but also for children.
Yes, mental health and children has my full attention. Growing up today, being part of the digital world, generation iPad, a lot of things going on in the everyday, overscheduled activities, long school days, iPads everywhere. It's just a lot of pressure on the children today. So for me, it has become a mission to help parents teach their children to unwind and and move the attention away from the thoughts and down into the body, and especially into the heart. And what I've found along the way is that teaching children meditation is so much easier than teaching adults.
Well, they've got it in there anyway. We forget afterwards, don't we?
Exactly. So it's not really teaching them, but rather reminding them of what they already know about being present and being mindful. And when they get into school age and they grow up, the society and the ways of society takes over, then it's very important and crucial to remind them that they are truly beautiful inside, and they have a lot of wonderful inner resources to tap into when it gets a little rough on the outside.
Yes. So your book is called Children's Meditations. In
my heart.
Yes. Yeah. And you can actually find Gita's book on. You can order it on the Amazon, but also on Gita's website. And you also got a new book out as well. Yes.
Yes, I'm just translating it. It was out in August in Danish. I'm from Denmark, so it's called The Valley of Hearts, and I'm just almost ready to launch a first little booklet, and it's about how we can reflect our characteristics into nature and how nature can teach us to understand what's going on inside if we are little people. And I speak to children, but I get a lot of letters from adults saying, "Oh, I wish I would have known earlier. I know this is a book for children, but I'm learning so much." And that's the wonderful part about children meditation, is that they teach their parents because they're so open-minded and open-hearted. Yeah. So, for instance, if you have a lot of temper, you can be taught by the fire. What would fire do if it has a lot of temper and it grows crazy? Or what happens if we have no fire? If we are completely like there's nothing going on inside, or if we have a lot of sensitive,
boring. Yes.
So so having a hard time express what you really desire. It's sad to see a child without any inner fire, right? And you have a lot of sensitive children, and they don't understand how to separate their own energy from other people's energy. So there is a crazy kid at school, or a mad teacher, or somebody's going through rough times. These sensitive children just pick up on everything and take it into their own energy field. So water and the waterfall can cleanse the energy.
Water is very cleansing.
Yes, send other people's energies away, and they can even retrieve their own hugs and love energy they've shared throughout the day. So I'm trying to use simple techniques from nature to teach them about energy, really, and how to find balance. And the first book, The Children's Meditations in My Heart, is all about love between the parent and the child, and it helps the child to fall asleep. Whereas the second book, The Valley of Hearts, it helps them get rid of some of the mental stuff going on before bedtime. So what I hear from parents is that they sleep deeper, better, and longer. So we're sort of helping them get into a deeper sleep. And we all know what more sleep means for children. It's so important, right?
Yes. Well, we big children and small children, we all need our sleep.
Yeah, definitely.
We all need that. So the easier it is, and the longer or the deeper it is, the better. Absolutely. But talking about the elements, Gitte and Emma, and I know that we talked about the senses. We talked about how we can release tension and be more relaxed and more at ease with ourselves and with the people around, our children or the people we work with. In the book we're actually going to launch. The crowdfunding is happening. The actual elements will be part of the book as well. So I'm going to be bringing the different elements, but also I'm going to bring the elements in the form of connect with color. So water, for example, Gitte, in the color psychology is turquoise. So how you can be more in the flow, but also how you can communicate from the heart. So we're going to have that, but also connected with color energy. Yes.
Wonderful. I love it already.
Yay! So going now, moving to Gill, because another super important element that brings relaxation and helps with mental clarity and activate the mind is music. And maybe you would think that why I should talk to Gill about music, because you haven't heard Gill, probably singing. She's got a fabulous voice. So Gill was actually on my wedding last year, and she did sing for us back then, which is fabulous. So Gill, I know you've got your own book out. You already got 2 books out, I believe. But also music is part of who you are. The sound and the expression through that.
Yes, and I think sometimes, when you're so busy, it doesn't really matter whether you're a musician or whether you're an artist or you knit or you like to play tennis or whatever. I think what happens to us when we're busy, whether we're an entrepreneur or we work for somebody else, is that we forget to connect with those parts of us that are actually the true authenticity. Mm-hmm. And, I was playing last night and somebody commented on something that I was doing, and I said, well, actually music is my first love. I love what I do in terms of my role and my job and the work that I'm doing around health and well-being, and my broadcasting and writing books and all that sort of thing. But actually the place where I'm truly in alignment and when I truly feel my happy spot, is actually when I'm singing and performing. So I think that's got to be a big part of mental health, mm-hmm. is to find something that really truly makes your heart sing. My book is actually called The Heart of a Woman, How to Look After the Heart You Give to the World. And part of that is finding and connecting with that. And if it's not something, it's probably somebody. So, being around my 3 children makes my heart sing. But also being around or listening, I do a lot of led meditations. I'm not very good at quiet meditation.
Okay.
But I've recently discovered that led meditations are great. So when somebody's talking in my ear, whether it's a sleep meditation or whether it's Abraham Hicks or whoever it is, this is really, really connecting for me and helps me to really get into alignment. And the mindset, my mindset improves massively.
Brilliant. But it is exactly what you said, Gill, that whatever works for you, whatever it's because every single one of you has got your own. It's not just the personality, it's the way you like to receive things. And if you find something that works for you, just go for it, just do it. Yes.
I think sometimes when I first started, when people used to say to me about meditation before I started working on myself, I just thought of a lot of people sitting on a yoga mat, being quiet and maybe saying Om. For me, that was what meditation meant.
I think there's still people, Gill. I think there's still people that think that, and that's what another area. Thank you for bringing that, because that's another area that I would like to demystify. Yeah, I have talked about that a lot on the Healthy Healing shows over the last 8 years. But I would also like to bring that in the book, because meditation is not about that. It's not about just sitting, on your own. It is maybe, there's another way of connect with being more mindful as well.
Well, you ask a swimmer, who's doing lengths up and down, somebody who swims or somebody who cycles long distances or even short distances, or walks or whatever it might be, or knitting. I find knitting really meditative, because you're fishing for me, music and fishing for me are my 2 places where I don't think about anything else.
Yes, other people is gardening. Other people is reading a book. Other people, for other people is writing poetry, for example. It's the list is all coloring. Coloring in.
All counts. It all counts.
Whatever really works for you, and it comes with ease, and it makes you, as you said before, makes your heart sing. Go for it. Yes. Well, Sue.
Yes.
Yes. Well, Connie-Lee had to go, so she apologized, and Dene as well. So over to you, my dear. I know that you also enjoy meditation. That's something you love, and you love walking, and you love nature. Have you started something new that actually has worked for you, or something that you like to share?
Not particularly, but I think what I would realise that over the years, if you like, that we get so caught up with being working and working long hours, and one of the things, and somebody else said this, is that we sort of let go of doing the things that really make us feel good and fill us up. And when we do that, we really sort of lose that connection to ourselves, and it can have a huge impact on our mental well-being, because we're not feeding our soul, if you like. Mm-hmm. And as women particularly, we're all very much about serving others, if you like. But we so often just forget to serve ourselves. So, I think that, and as you're saying, meditation is not only just sitting to, listening to a guided meditation or sitting quietly or whatever like that, but it's whatever actually we do something where we're actually concentrating and we're letting go of all the other thoughts. So, for me, I think, movement is a really big thing. So things like yoga, but also just, getting out in nature and going for a walk and, hugging trees.
Yes.
Yes,
connected with the energy of the trees. Yes.
Yeah, listening to bird song and just, I suppose, just being quiet and connecting. And I think the big thing in nature is to really start noticing at a small level what's actually going on around you.
And that's exactly, Sue, that's exactly the word noticing we just said is one of the 5 ways to well-being. To notice, to be more conscious, to allow more stillness in your life. So it is definitely that, everything, all the things we have mentioned so far. Beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining the mini sort of show, mental health awareness, dedicated to everybody bringing their own little tips or their own angle to it. And I think we all agree at the end of the day, we all bring our own ways into it, but we are all sort of passionate about it. Fabulous. So thank you. The actual crowdfunding campaign link will be on the dedicated webpage on ChriSOULaSirigou.com. If you go there, you click, there's a little icon there, says book, and you click on it and you find the information there. It's going to be there. So once the crowdfunding campaign is live, you're going to find more information on that link. Okay? Yes? Fabulous. So lots of love to all of you, and look forward to seeing you soon. The next call is going to be, I think we're all happy with the Tuesday 29th of May. Anyway, let's just pencil that in, and we're going to be in touch very soon. All right. Lots of love. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.